welcome to Learn Telecommunication program. So in this video, we will discuss about the basic Linux commands. This videos are targeted for who are just beginning to use Linux and how to use the basic commands in for Linux. Okay, so one of the often used command is the list command. Okay, so which is nothing but ls. If you just print ls, it gives you a list of commands, a list of files, folders that are present in. But if you just press ls, you will not know which is a folder, which is a file. Okay, so to do that, there are options available for list. Okay, use an option with ls minus l, which is a long listing. Okay, so which will tell you which is a file, which is a directory. Okay, so if you see this example, there are first four files. Example Hadoop 3.0.3 tar gz, Hadoop nodes, Mozilla PDF. All these are all files, whereas music and templates are folders. So how did I know that? One thing is a color indication. Second thing is, if you see on to the left hand side, the file permissions. This is known as the file permissions. Okay, let me explain you what this means. Okay, so the first one indicates whether it's a file or a directory. So if it is an hyphen, so if it's nothing is mentioned, it's a file. Whereas if you see these two systems, music and templates, D is a directory, music is a directory, and D is a template. Let's go. And what are those three things? Okay, so which file I'll explain. These are the file permissions. I will explain in detail in other video about this. And there are other options with ls also. So ls minus lt. Okay, and if I want to print the last updated in the bottommost, say for example I have modified a file, but I want to check the last modified files. Say for example it's a huge file. If I do a reverse printing ls minus ltr reverse, so I get the last updated onto the bottom of it. Say for example, okay, I will show this with an example. Let me clear the screen. And so to create a file, I use this command touch a.txt. Okay, and to see the time, I use a date command. See, so today is 21st Sunday, March, ISTT. Now when I do ls minus ltrh, that a.text will come in the last. Okay, so for if it's a huge list of files, all the files will go to the top, and the bottommost file will get to the, so that it will be in a readable format. So okay, so coming back to next command is pwd, a current working directory or a present working directory. So my current or working directory is home learn is my current working directory. And if I want to change the directory, I use a command called cd change directory. So for example, I'll go to music and I changed my directory. Now if I do again a pwd, I'll get the new directory structure, and I can do an ls command here. So basically there are no files here. That's why I get the output. I do ls minus ltr, so there are no files in this here. Let me switch back to, if I want to change, go to the previous folder, use double dot, just enter. Okay, now you see pw, I'll be in this. Alternatively, okay, I'll do it again for you. Alternatively, how can we do this? cd hyphen also will take it to the change it to the uh, home directory. So this will take me to this home directory. Now let me move to other directory and see if I have something in here. So here also I don't have anything. Okay, so this is basically a change a directory. Here I can go back to, if I want to go two folders back, I give double dot slash double dot, which will take me to other directory. Okay, let me just show you an example. Okay, now how do I create a directory? Make directory. I am inside a template. I am making a directory. I'll there test. So now I created a directory called test. I'll go to this test and I'll create a file touch. So I create a file. Now if I want to go to two directories backwards, I do cd dot dot slash cd dot dot, and now I do so like this. If you can traverse back to how many you have to, so you can traverse back just giving dot dot slash how many things you want to go. Okay, okay, let's move on with other commands. So these are basic pwd ls list commands, okay, and touch commands we have so far seen. And okay, there are still options. If for example I'm in this directory, so I so what are these numbers basically? Or these are nothing but the file sizes, but these are not in a human readable format. So if I want to have it in a human readable format, ls minus ltrh. So I see this. Okay, the examples.desktop is 8.8 k kb, and nodes is Hadoop nodes is 44 kb, and Hadoop tar.gz is a 300 MB file. So it's in a human readable format. Okay, so there is a one important comment that I would always tell all the beginners or the new comers to the Linux or the Ubuntu world. So if you are not aware of this commands or what are the options to use with that command, you can always use this command called man. Man is nothing but a dictionary where it tells you how to use those commands. For example, if I'm not aware of what is ls command option I have to use, I just type man ls. It will give me what is ls means. Ls is list the directory contents and what are the options. ls minus a, ls minus a is almost all, and if you see the options, whatever I used, hyphen l and t. Let me go show you. L is use a long list formatting, whereas moving on down, R is reverse order, and T is basically sort by the modification time. So newest will show first. So okay, in the same way we can use man and do a pwd. You get what are the details and options that can be used with, say for example, pwd-p will give all the symbolic glimpse, a logical, and hyphen version, print the current working directories. To come out of it, just press semicolon q, you'll get exited. So pw hyphen capital P or a capital L option. So I think in this example, this is not a right example. Man, man ls. I'm going to use minus a option. Usually all the hidden files also will be listed when we use this hyphen a option. Minus lrt, whatever we used, and a. So if you see there is a hidden file. Okay, dot bash rc. Okay, dot profile dot bash logout. So anything ending with the dot is a hidden file in Linux, which is not visible when you do ls minus ltr. So you see the difference here. Profile is not visible. Dot bash profile is in this thing. And so okay, now how do I read this hidden files or any files? Use cat command. Say for example I use dot profile. So and again cat a.txt is a file which we created, which is empty, so that's why it doesn't return anything. And same way I use ls minus lrta. Okay, cat dot bash rc. Okay, you can read the contents of the file using cat combination, and you can also use man and a cat to so concat files and print a standard on the output, and it has so many options in it. So we will discuss in detail in later videos. And for example, we created a file called a.text. How do I rename it? Rename a file. So in Linux there is no option to rename a file, but instead there is a command which can do the same functionality as rename. So you can use a.text to d.text. So if I list it down now, a.text is moved to d.text. So this is a renaming. This is how renaming is done in Linux. Or if I want to move this file from one location to other location, I can do the same thing, dot text, and give the directory structure. Either you can give an absolute structure like home, Linux, home, learn, and templates. So, okay, this way I can do, and I'll show you. I'll change the directory to templates and see the file is there. Yes, the file is already moved. Again, I can do the same thing. Move d.text. Instead of, if I want to add move to a directory backwards, I do backslash. See, the file is already moved. I go back one step and see the file is again moved back to its original states. Okay, if you like this video, if you have any comments or suggestions, please put that in the chat window. Let's see more commands.